Hey everybody, welcome to my RV7 / Pete and Pole Air Camper YouTube channel. I've been trying to make this intro video now for probably a half hour, and I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet and to the point. The reason I'm making these videos is because one, I like to build, and two, I really enjoy helping other people. So these videos will show you how I am building my airplane. Now, I'm not saying that I'm an expert, because I'm not, and I'm not saying that the way that I've built my airplane is the way that you should build yours. These are just for entertainment purposes. Maybe when you watch these, it will spark some ideas in your own mind on ways that you want to build your airplane. The other reason I'm making these videos is because I need help building my RV7. I can build the airplane myself. Financially, it would take a very long time to do it. I would rather not wait a very long time because I want to use this airplane as a platform to travel around the country and help other people with their aircraft projects or with their aircraft maintenance. So in order for me to do that, I've set up a GoFundMe page and an Amazon wish list, and those links will be in the description of all of these RV videos. So if you feel moved enough when you watch these videos, if they've helped you and you feel motivated in return to help me, I'd appreciate your donation or your purchases from the wish list. So that's it. That's the mission of the airplane. Like I said, I'd like to use it as a platform to travel to people. They can reach out to me and say, hey, I'm building an RV, whatever. I'm building a Pete and Pole air camper. I'm building a Stoll type airplane. I have a certified airplane that I need some help with, whatever it is. I would like to be able to fly to their shop, to their hangar, and be with them real time, hands-on, and try to help them as best I can. I might not be able to help. Maybe I show up and the only thing that I can do is help you move a wing from one side of the shop to the other. I'm okay with that. So that's the idea. And as a little thank you, as little as it is, this is an RV7 elevator skin, and if you make a donation or you purchase something from my wish list, I'd like to add your name to this skin, and ultimately, hopefully, I'll have it full of names, and those names and the skin will be mounted at my hangar, what I call Wall of Honor, just as a little recognition that these people were nice enough to help me with my project. So that's it. Again, these are the RV7 videos. You might be interested in checking out my Pete and Pole Air Camper videos as well. But that's it. All right, that's enough yip yap for now. I say we get to building some RVs. Next up is to fit this Z bracket, the number 7 Z bracket, to the baffle and the spar. This is the Z bracket that only has a single hole drilled in it. I might as well show you that since I've got it right here. This is the Z bracket that's on the end of the baffle at the root of the wing. So here it is, just a single hole. Nothing else has been done to this bracket. You can ignore this hole for the moment, pretend this hole doesn't exist. So this is what your Z bracket will look like. You'll notice that here, hopefully that will show up on camera, these are the 3 holes that get the nut plates on the spar. So the first thing you need to do according to the instructions is fit your Z bracket to the baffle, cleco it in place. Now you want to adjust the Z bracket so that the black, whatever color, the center line that you had drawn on the Z bracket is visible through these holes on the baffle, and they should be centered in the holes or close to it. I've noticed that if you take this face of the Z bracket and just kind of line it up with the edge here of the baffle, that will pretty much center that line on the holes. It's just to make sure that the Z bracket itself is not
pivoting along this center hole here. So I have my lines, the line on the Z-bracket is lined up underneath these holes, and it feels pretty flush. The Z-bracket itself feels flush along this edge. And so now you have to mark the holes between the Z-bracket and the spar web. And just like before, the way that I do it, the holes in the spar, the 3 that I just showed you for the nut plates, ultimately those get drilled to a number 12 drill bit size. Those are currently smaller than that. This is a number 13 drill bit that fits those 3 holes in the spar web. So just like before, I just reach underneath, I put the drill bit through the hole on the spar, and I just twist it a few times by hand to make a mark on the Z-bracket itself, making sure that the Z-bracket doesn't move, that it stays with these lines lined up and this edge is straight. Obviously I've already done that for the one hole, but just to demonstrate, everything up here is lined up. I just kind of hold it in place, reach in from underneath, and twist the drill to make a mark on the Z-bracket. Now what I like to do in a case like this, I don't want to do all 3 of these holes right now at one shot, just in case something shifts, something wobbles, something on the drill press ends up walking. So I like to do these one at a time. I've already done this hole. After I got my indication with this drill on the Z-bracket, I uncleco, take that little indication and center punch it, and then using a very, very small drill, I drill through that center punch mark, and I keep stepping up drills till I get to this size number 13. I bring it back, cleco it in place here. Now I'm going to go back and cleco the hole, the number 13 hole between the Z-bracket and the web. In doing so, I can see here with these lines that the bracket is still nicely lined up with the center line on these holes, and I can tell by feeling it here, it's still lined up with the edge of the baffle. Nothing has floated around or shifted. Now that it's pinned in 2 places, I can go ahead and once again make my mark using the spar web holes for the nut plates as a guide, and I'll twist that one, and I'll twist this other one here, just like that. And now I've just marked these 2 holes here. And again, hopefully that shows up on camera. I apologize if it doesn't, but I'm trying to do what I can with what I have. Now I can take this out. And again, I don't know that it will show up on camera, but I have a nice mark here and a nice mark here. I'll center punch those, small drill, work my way up to this number 13 size, which is here, which is the same size as these pre-made holes in this web of the spar. Then I can come back, put this in, cleco it here, cleco it through these holes a couple at a time, and then final size match drill the web and this to the number 12 drill. Alright, let me see if I can get these couple here done and see what gives.
choose to do this stepping very gradual. Even after I get that initial small drill bit done, it's just a personal preference to step these up just very little at a time. Probably don't have to be as cautious as I am with the stepping, but I just like to do it. I've made some big jumps before in drill sizes, and I've had it catch the part and rip it out of my hand and fling it who knows where. So I try to do it a little bit more gradual now, just to be a little cautious. Alright, this is the number 13 drill, so of course this is not full size. Full size is the number 12. I'm going to pre-drill this with the number 13, which is the same hole size as the spar. And then when I get this bracket fitted back over there correctly, then I can match drill it and the spar together to the final size of the number 12. Alright, let me get this deburred and we'll take it back over. I'm going to clean up this mess, clean up the floor a little bit, and we'll take this back over and see how it fits. Alright, let's see what happens. So I've got the bracket back, got the holes drilled. One thing I want to point out, you'll notice that these holes are not drilled on the center of my reference line. That is just a reference line. The instructions specifically tell you to fit this bracket to the baffle using this center line as a reference down these holes and cleco it in place. That's direct from the instructions. So this is where you start. As I noted before in my earlier in this video, that you fit the bracket to the baffle, lining up your reference mark here. And then wherever the bracket lies on the web, you drill these holes, you mark and drill these holes. So you don't worry too much about these being on center. The instructions state to make sure this is centered. Put your bracket on, center the line on these holes, and then match drill through the spar these holes here, which is what I've done. And these look like they might be a little bit off. They're not bad. I can definitely get cleco in, but this is exactly why I drilled the holes undersized, just in case there's little variances like that. I can come back now with the correct size drill bit and match drill the web of the spar and this bracket. So that's why I wanted to keep these holes just slightly undersized. I need one more cleco. So there you are. That fits actually quite nice. So like I said, these holes, you probably can't see it on camera, but I can see that there's a couple of them were just slightly off between the Z bracket itself and the hole in the web. But that's okay because all of the holes are undersized right now. So I can come back, remove one cleco at a time and match drill the spar to the Z bracket. It's number 12 final size.
So this is ready to go. I'll do that. I'll final drill those, and I believe the next step is to, after these are final drilled to the proper size, is to take this out of the way and install the nut plates on the web. So that's next. Let me get cracking on that. Hey everybody, it's me again. I just wanted to say thanks for checking out my video. And like I said in the intro, if you find these videos helpful and useful and you're moved enough to want to, in return, help me with my project, my GoFundMe link and my Amazon wish list link is in the description of each of these videos. And again, if you do make a donation or a purchase, I'll add your name to this elevator skin, and it will be displayed on my wall of honor at my hangar. So that's it. Thanks for coming by. I really do appreciate the donations, and hopefully when this aircraft is finished, we can meet in person and I will be able to help you or anybody else who needs help with their project, and we'll see what happens. All right, thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.